In this tutorial, I will demonstrate how to import a CSV file into a new web map in Portal. To give you a quick glance of the CSV spreadsheet, I will bring it up on my screen. And I wanted to point out the address column, the city column, and the zip code column. These three columns will be used to geocode each row of the CSV file and import into a new web map. So right now we are viewing the Portal homepage. To create or start a new web map, simply click the Map button at the top left hand section of your screen. This opens up a blank new web map. To add the CSV file, we click the down arrow next to the Add button and select Add Layer from File. This gives you a pop-up window where we simply click the Choose File, and we want to select our CSV file. And I want to choose Import Layer. So within this Add CSV Layer pop-up window, it gives us a few options to select. Within the Locate features using, we want to keep the default choice of address. The geocoder we would like to use is the NA address locator. I'm going to left click this option, and I'm going to let the location fields load. What this does is it's going to link the location fields with the field names I have designated in my CSV file. So as you see, the city or place name has been connected to the city field name. What I want to do now is connect the street or intersection with the address field name. And if I scroll a little bit down to the zip code field name, I want to associate that as zip code in the location fields column. When I'm done selecting my options, I'm going to click Add Layer to bring them onto the web map. So the CSV file has been imported into our new web map. It is currently symbolized by its zip code, which we do not want. So for our purposes of this demonstration, we're going to change how it's symbolized. So on the left hand side here, under Change Style, next to number 1, choose an attribute to show. We are going to change the zip code to type. Each point is now designated by its type, either commercial, MDU, or SFU. I want to be able to make each point a little bigger, as well as changing the symbology a little bit. So in order to do that, I'm going to click this Options button on the left hand side under the Change Style column, under Types, parentheses, Unique Symbols. So click Options, and here you have your red point, blue point, and green point. To change these symbologies, just simply left click on any of the points, and you have a whole list of options and categories in which you can choose to symbolize your points. So I'm going to choose shapes, and I'm just going to choose a different circle for my symbology. Towards the bottom here, you can set your symbol size. I'm going to make mine a little bit bigger, changing it from 8 pixels to 25. Press OK. And as you see on the web map, the points have become a little bit bigger and the symbology has changed. So I'm going to do the same with MDU and SFU. So as you see towards the bottom left-hand side of your web map, your legend shows you have red for commercial, blue for MDU, and green for SFU. To reorder these layers, I simply go to the left column under Change Style, left click and hold, and I'm going to drag it above commercial. I'm actually going to drag commercial down to the bottom. So now in my legend, I have SFU at the top, followed by MDU, followed by commercial. To accept these symbology changes, I'm going to go towards the bottom left-hand side of my screen and press OK. And then I'm going to click Done. So now, if I click on the Legends button on the left-hand side, you can see that now my points are symbolized by commercial, MDU, and SFU. As you see within the legend, the layer name is Test. I want to change the name so that it's more relevant to my project. To change the layer name, you click on Contents on the left-hand side, click the drop-down arrow to the right of the layer name, and select Rename. Now if I click on my Legends button, you can see that the layer name has changed to Q1 2017 Projects, symbolized by type. Each point on the web map displays a pop-up window when clicked on. As you see, you have all the fields or columns that were within the CSV file, your project name, address, city, zip code, total units, and type. Now there's a few things worth mentioning here in regards to the displayed fields and data. The zip code value has a comma, and I would like to remove that. Also, I would like to add a space between project name, add a space between zip code, and add a space between total and units. To make these necessary changes, I go back to my Contents button, click the drop-down button next to the layer name, and select Configure Pop-up. If you would like to add a title to your pop-up window, you simply enter it in this text box. So for this demonstration, I'm just going to type Atlanta region. You can also click the plus sign to add the field names and add that particular point's value for that column. So for example, if I'm just going to select project name to be displayed next to my Atlanta region text. Under pop-up contents, I would like to configure my attributes. Here, I will click this link, and it brings me the pop-up window of the Configure Attributes window. Here, you have your field names and your field aliases. So what would I like to do is add the space between the names. So a space between project and name. I'm going to do the same with zip code and total units. Now I'm going to select a zip code because I would like to remove that comma from the value of the zip code. And to do that, I simply go to the right hand side under Format where it says Use 1000 Separator. I will uncheck that box to remove that comma. After I made the necessary changes, I will click OK. And then I'm going to save my pop-up. So now when I click on a particular point, when the pop-up window opens, you will see the text that I typed in, Atlanta region, and the project name that I placed next to the text, which happens to be the same as the project name listed below. As you see, the zip code value no longer has that comma, and there are now spaces between words within the field aliases. So now that I made all my necessary changes, I'm going to save my web map. I'm going to give a title to this web map. Quarter 1, 2017. Projects. I'm just going to say tutorial. Give it some tags. Oh, let's make sure I spell that right. And give a brief summary of the web map. Now I'm going to save my web map in a different folder. I'm just going to choose Tutorials and click on Save Map. So now if I navigate to my content, click on my Tutorials folder, and I should have my Quarter 1 2017 Projects web map.